Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Bray Thorn. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing well this evening. I'm doing all right. Yeah. So, interesting things happening, everybody. Interesting things happening. Very exciting. Much excitement. Yes. So I do need to let y'all know, and I'm going to repeat this later because there'll be more people here then. But we will not be doing a PC matchmaking stream on Thursday. Thursday is going to be a triple unboxing stream. Triple, that's actually 6. Triple unboxing stream on Thursday. So be here, and I have fixed my capture problems. My capture woes are at an end. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna work great. Knocking on wood. We're gonna be unboxing a keyboard, a PC, which is the new rebuilt system, the Hero system, and a shield. You heard that correctly. What's in 3 boxes? The things I just said, Rurutu. Let me say hi to everybody. Oh, snap! Let me get this to the level I like it at. Neg 36. What about there? Bears, Beats, and Battle Stars. Thank you for the Tier 1 sub. And the 19-month streak. Good Lord. Welcome to the Swarm. You know what? No. Not welcome to. You've been in the Swarm. Thank you. What's up, Bone Shock? How's it going? Triple B says, going to be lurking for a while. Family Fortnite night. But did you catch that new GTA trailer? Freaking awesome. Yes, it looks really good. And, like, it's very cinematic. Like, it's very, they've been cooking for these past, 8 years or whatever. They have been cooking. It looks insane. I can't believe it's console exclusive for now. Like, but it's limited to 30 FPS because of that. We know. PCMR, we know. We know it's going to be good here. What's up, Skeeter? Hey, bro, I'm working on that PC again. Oh, how's it coming along? Well, Triple B, best of luck to you and the family. Hope you get those victory royales. And if you do, at least one of them, let it be in my name. Or in the name of the Swarm. That's much more appropriate and less egotistical. Over in YouTube land, what's up, Barutu? What's up, Steve? How are y'all doing? Google Chrome crashed twice today. Update your browser. Yeah, you need to keep it up to date. It's crashing out because they might be forced to sell it. So it's a literal crash out. I don't know. That's not the cause, but yeah. My old laptop loves to occasionally freeze. I like that. That anticipation. If you know, you know. Let's see. What's up, Sailor? How's it going? And Rurutu, hi. I already said hi to you. Again. What's up, Robert Fixit? How's it going? Welcome. Username literally is the same as one, just making sure. Didn't know if I had to call Ultraman. Oh, Japanese kaiju. Oh, okay. Alice, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Bray, one of my friends got a used gaming PC from another friend for $1,000. It was a 3080 PC. I don't know anything else but the GPU, but I mean, those are going for anywhere from $350 to $500, depending on pricing and stuff. So for a 3080, so not bad. I haven't looked at used pricing in a while. So, Mikey Mike 211 over on Twitch. Evening to you as well. Welcome. How's it going? Captain America shield. Nope, not Cap shield. Although that would be another cool one. I don't know if they have it. Hold on. This is a guys. I have to tell you that I'm not a big YouTube channel. There are big YouTube channels out there. I happen to have encountered one recently, and It's a little nerve-wracking, but you have to remember that it's people who work there. It's people. And sometimes something comes out where it's like, yo, this is actually a really good idea. So there may be some kind of stuff happening with that. Maybe. And it all begins on Thursday, so I need you to be there. Excited for that Thursday stream. I know it's about to be awesome, says Jap Chase. What's going on? And you're correct. I agree with you 100%. So this is that 1400K system I was talking about. Can I do the BIOS update before I install Windows? You can do it before. Yeah, you do. You can do it using the if your motherboard has a BIOS flashback button. You don't even need a CPU and RAM in there. You just need the flash. You need to properly format a flash drive. You have to have it properly set up on the flash drive. So you plug it into the USB port on the back that says BIOS, and then you press the button, and then you make sure you're on an uninterruptible power supply. If you're updating your BIOS, it's best to have an uninterruptible power supply. You should have one anyway. GTA 6 download more VRAM. Yep. Breakdown, I have a question for you. If you mind, when you have a chance, I don't know. I'm streaming right now, so I'm kind of busy. I'm kidding. Sure, go for it. What if I use this excuse that I'm streaming to be a bit too busy for every question? That'd be amazing. The questions I get during the stream. Barutu, let me know how that works out for you. For the Twitch viewers who can't see YouTube chat, Barutu said, I only update BIOS during a thunderstorm. It will make Johnny 5 PC. I want to remind you, Barutu, that whole situation didn't end up too well for the owners of Johnny 5, who was alive and then could not be owned. I have a question about Reactor Gaming PCs. I didn't see anything in the Discord about them at all. I did see you did a review on them about a year. Was it a year ago? It was, I mean, maybe 7 or 8 months ago. It was from after TwitchCon. No, but they look good, and I do want to work with them on stuff. I haven't reached out to the guy. We need to set up a code, do all that stuff, because here's the thing, and you heard it in that video. The guy based a lot of the stuff in that company off of my videos and the things that I had to say about pre-builds. That's going to get you the benefit of the doubt from me. It shows an intention to do things well, and be very particular about stuff. If you're following my feedback or my advice, that's what's going to happen, is that you're going to become very particular about stuff. CyberPower makes a good UPS. Yeah, that's one thing to remember, is that's not the same people. It's a separate company. Could be under the same umbrella, I guess, but yeah. They do make a good UPS. There are quite a few out there. Quite a few brands of good UPSs out there. Haha, Frank 515, what's going on? Welcome. Are you free market research now? Am I? Yes. If it helps consumers, absolutely. Barutu, I've actually done like consultations for SIs on their websites and configurators, all for the purpose of making things easier for consumers, and I didn't charge for it. I don't charge for it. I should. I don't know what's wrong with me. But in the end, it makes things better for you guys, and it also makes things better for me, because then I don't have to complain as much. Not that I mind complaining. It can be fun sometimes. I have their site up right now. I was interested in one of the PCs. Mikey Mike, you know the deal. Actually, Stream Elements can see what you're trying to do, that you want to get help with the PC. So click on that link, fill out the form, and I'll be able to help you out. Braxton, what's going on? Why did I put a T in there? Braxton, what's going on? No T in there. Welcome. How's it going? But yeah, Rarutu, I provide market research to, like, based on the anonymous info I get from these forums and stuff. I provide that to SIs all the time. I use that to encourage them to follow specific trends, like not completely cheaping out on motherboards because a lot of people want to stream and just things like that. Thank you. Braxton, did it again. Braxton 1823, thank you for the tier 3 sub. 14 subscribed for 14 months. Thank you very much for the support and that tier 3, which that's like gifting 5 subs right there. So thank you very much. You should you should use some of the... do I still have tier 3 emotes? I don't know if I still have them, but if I do, you should use them. Mikey Mike, not quite. Is my color accuracy still good there? Yes, it is. I wonder, let me try something here for this really close-up view. What if I go slight Dutch angle? Lightly, not too much. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Yo, that's pretty sick. Pretty sick. Let's get it a little bit more tilted here. This is just for whenever... Oh, wrong one. It's just for whenever something cool happens, something crazy happens, or I have something to yell about. Okay, I need to open up my forms thing. I haven't opened that yet. Actually, I have Meld Studio on the wrong window here, so let's move that. This isn't my favorite track out of this playlist. Okay. Go back to here. All right, getting the form out, getting everything ready. I didn't do that earlier. Apologize. Come on, again. Got it, my session expired again. Is it going to make me... Oh, okay, good. Didn't make me do the thing. Thank you. By the way, hold on. Let me see. Braxton, question for you. How's that Micro Center build going? Have you told me recently how your system's running? Out of curiosity. I did that by power for them. Okay. Curious as to what I ended up 9700X 5070. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good system. Let's see if anyone's filled out the form. Jap Chase, you filled out the form. Nice. And what I need you to do, if you don't mind. Neil Gardner, what's going on? Welcome. Jap Chase, what I need you to do. You did tell me. Okay, good. Awesome. I have it. It's up and running, and you did tell me. Awesome. Good. Jap Chase, real quick. I need you to, if you're already following, this is easy. You just need to click on the emotes there. There's a free emote that just says, I'm on the list. I need you to do that real quick. It's just a formality. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for being in both channels, Braxton. Appreciate it. It is, by the way, for those of you who come over from Twitch to YouTube to watch, you can go into your account settings and easily change your handle on there to match any other one without changing your like account name. It's just like your chat handle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Is there a shortening of your name that you prefer, by the way? Am I saying it right with Japchase? Mikey Mike, are you also on the list? Looks like we already got you taken care of, Mikey Mike, back in March. What with the, yeah, no, it looks like Mikey Mike 211. Here, I'm sorry, I'm not showing what I'm doing here. Yeah, see you there. Same. Wait. Is it? Did it not work out for you? Did you not end up getting it? All right, I'm gonna need you to resubmit the form if you don't mind. Not usually how we do things, but I mean, hey, stuff happens. Just redo that form, and then you'll be good to go. Not yet? I mean, you hadn't gotten it yet. I got you. Oh, okay, you're doing that now. Got it. Okay. Okay. And you already did the emote, so we're good. Okay. So no Micro Center for either one. I'm going to ask you both so I can just fix this now. Because this gives me a range, and that is for the purpose of this right here. It's all I have this to work off of when I'm making content. So, get the tracker out of there. It's a little weird there. I should really extend this all the way up. This looks weird like that. Okay. So, yeah. 2,200 even. Okay, that's yours. Got it. What I'll need is just a solid amount, the actual maximum amount of money dollars that you can spend on your PC, Japchase. You know, if I wanted to, because so to test out capture, I did this. So I have this right here is actually the ROG Flow, D13 ROG Flow that I've set up right here. I just have it monitoring my stream, all that kind of stuff. But this was just to test it out. And I could actually run some gaming tests on this thing now if I wanted to. But yeah, we got a PC matchmaking stream to do. I need to fix this a little bit real quick. 1 second. Okay. But yeah, capture's working. Yay! In 4K 144 that pass through, but 4K 60 in the capture. It's great. So that's going to be awesome for Thursday. We're going to spend 3,500 maximum. Perfect. Look, both of y'all right there. So for those of you who have been here a couple times or you're new here, if you weren't here recently, there's a thing I used to do, and it's here in the beginning of the form. It warns you. It's like, hey, if you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree to be roasted on stream. And there was some good fun to be had there with that. It was a good-natured thing, but not everybody was super thrilled about it. And I realized that it's something that could seem unwelcoming, and that is the opposite of who I am in this space. I want to make sure everyone understands there's no such thing as a dumb question and things like that. And the only dumb question is one you don't ask, is the thing. I might at some point be like, hey, I can't answer that right now, but again, still. But it says, don't ignore the instructions. You will be roasted. So 2 for 2, people staying within their actual budgets with their maximum number. Very cool. So let's keep on going with the form. So I'm not really roasting anymore. There might be a comment here and there. That's your roast. So while we're continuing on here, Jap Chase, so you're looking at. How's my audio, by the way? A little bit loud. Perfect. Let's see here. You're looking for something for gaming, streaming, content creation / video editing. Perfect. Okay. For 4K. And you want it to be boutique, and you selected, usually it's either black or white, but you selected you want it to be a specific color. So tell me what color we're talking about. You're not that good. Pink. All right. Okay. I think I've got a good answer for this. Although it might not be boutique unless, let's see. Let's see here. I want to check something real quick, okay? Picking a random one here. I don't know, Myco Intel. Let's just customize this. And do they have it? No, they don't. They don't have the pink Y70. Not that, you know, I wouldn't recommend that one anyway because it's a content creation PC. So what we're going to do is, the cool thing is this. If there is a PC case that is that's pink that you really like, a boutique builder will, for the most part, any boutique builder should be able to do a custom build for you. They just order the case. And if there's any extra payment for that, then you pay that. But there's going to be a couple that are going to have a pink case. We'll see what we can find. But that's awesome. Love a pink system. It pops. It looks awesome. So let's see. Let's just go to all the gaming PC. Actually, let me check ready to ship. Sometimes we'll have some fun colors in ready to ship PCs. Not this time. Oh, look at that. This is not what I would necessarily recommend, but look at this. They do have one, and it's in the Fractal Pop Air, so the fuchsia color here. But it's a 7800X3D, not the CPU I would recommend for your build. Looks great though. Magenta is a good form of pink. It is. What's up, Alucard? How's it going? Need more Y70s in the list anyway. Also does not help that height is not really doing any importing to the US for some time. Well, Alucard, that's a lot of companies right now. By the way, what did I miss? Not much. We just started recently. I did talk about how on Thursday I'm doing that's when I'm scheduling the triple unboxing stream. I did fix my PC capture. It's working awesome. This is the ROG Flow Z13 right now, and it's working great. So capture's working again. I got the AverMedia internal capture card, HDMI 2.1. Thing is awesome. So that's something that you may have missed. But yeah, so this one is a rad PC, 9070 XT, 7800X3D. This is a beast of a gaming machine. Gaming's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something for gaming, streaming, and content creation / video editing. So tell me, out of those three things, Jap Chase, gaming, streaming, and content creation, how do you prioritize all that? Is gaming number one, or is it you want something for doing freelance video editing, but you want to be able to game on it too? What are we talking about? What's the priority to you? I missed the custom builder on here. It was so good. They have the Peltaz in, well, they had it in pink. I guess not anymore. Okay, well, we can't. The thing is, you can just talk to Alexander PCs and be like, hey, I want this PC, but I want a pink case. What are your options? Or can you get the specific one? And then you're good to go. You know, the bubblegum one from the... It also depends on what shade of pink you're talking about. If you want like a bright pink, hot pink, I mean, it's just really going to be whatever we can find. But there are softer pink colors, all that kind of stuff. So that also matters as well. You can go with a wider black case and add a coat of paint to it. I don't think that's something that the average pre-built buyer would necessarily want to do, Alucard. We'd want to see if we can just get one right out of the box. Light soft pink. Okay. I was thinking I want to look at the lineup of Thermaltake cases, the Tower 600s, and I realized I have a very easy way to do that.
Thermaltake has just won CES.
They do have
Let me
one.
tell you why. Thermaltake debuted the Tower 600 case last year at CES. It was wildly popular because it's not a massive case, but it fits massive stuff in it. Full ATX motherboard, 420mm radiator on the right side, I said purple, and right here, and Tower 600, you can get an optional 3.9-inch LCD just for a little extra flair, and an optional chassis stand kit that puts it got 250 in the TRs like this. So they're putting so companies to think out.
Where are the rest of the colors? I thought I got footage of all of them.
And here it is. Pretty much any 420 that was wildly popular.
Okay, well, we'll just look for it then. They do have the melon one. There you go. Let's see. We got to see if they have it in stock. Let's see. Oh, is that the Tower 3? That's Tower 300. Oh, snap. There's also the View 380. Look at that. Look at that. That is such a cool case. There's that one, and it is available from Best Buy online. So there we go. Christopher Crawford. I'm on. Okay, cool. Be safe. Safe driving and all that. I wonder if any SI 3D prints cases, Sailor. I don't know about that. You know why, Sailor? They got to be careful about that. They got to get EMI certification, electromagnetic interference certification, if they do it at any volume, any large number. Yeah, and anything just 3D printed, not necessarily going to be the best at keeping in electromagnetic interference, but who knows? Maybe. Now, there's a version of this in that Tower 600 that I was looking at, but that's a little bit more of a unique style. It's also a more expensive case. This one at Best Buy, as you can see here, comes out to $115. $115. So, I stopped the music. I was like, it's so cool. For ITX, you could 3D print a case. Alucard, okay, this is still very pie in the sky kind of stuff. Like, maybe we'll see how it goes. Let me talk about this just for a second here, real quick. So remember how I was talking about, for those who were first here when I was talking about the shield that I'm going to be unboxing tomorrow. On Thursday, rather. Not tomorrow. Thursday. Maybe I should do the stream. No, Thursday's better. That way I can get the word out more. They can retweet it, stuff like that. For the shield I'm going to be unboxing, I was talking to them about doing a wall-mounted build with the shield on the front. You guys were here for that. So the thing is, I could go all jank, just get something like a mounting plate for an ITX motherboard, just kind of screw things together, whatever. I've got somebody now on the case who... Yay. Who could make something way better than that. And who designs and makes cases as a PC modder. So they design cases, they have the things manufactured, they sell them. And we're gonna make a purpose-built ITX wall-mounted case that can also have optional feet to be on a desk if I want. for that shield to go on, and it's going to be freaking awesome. Can't wait. So Alucard, you're gonna want to get the details on this once we're done. The thing is, he can't get to designing it until after Computex, building like 9 PCs for it. So yeah, that's how that goes. But anyway, let's get back to this. So this is a fairly large case. It's full ATX. It has bottom and side intake, side intake, top and rear exhaust. Comes with 4 fans. But the thing is, if we get a system from Alexander PCs or any other boutique builder, they can put different fans in there for you. So what I would do is this. I would go to Alexander PCs. Now, the only thing that we got to be careful with is that this is a boutique builder. And if you're trying to go really high end with boutique builders and with tariffs and everything right now, things are very expensive. We also got to figure out whether we're doing Intel or AMD. Jap says, did you ever answer the question I had for you where I was asking what your priority is on gaming, streaming, and content creation, video editing? What's the top priority there? How does that stack out? Bergie5, Thermaltake also makes some custom builds and has pre-builds, but they are not cheap. I need to talk to Mike about that. See if he wants to, because we're already going to be doing a thing where he's going to be sending me the Future Dusk Tower 600. He's going to send parts, things like that. They do pre-builds. You are correct. And I should look into that. Haven't yet. But yes, that is definitely a true thing that you said there. Their color, by the way, is bubble pink. Oh, this one's bubble pink right here. Now, let me see. Products, chassis, proceed to USA store. All right. Look, that's a brighter pink right there. Unless they're all that bubble pink. So it's pretty bright, but it's not hot pink. But it's showing up pretty bright on here. There's a Tower 600. This one's not in stock right now. Now, there is a smaller case that's not as large as this one. There's a View 380 and View 270. View 270 is only $90. And this has kind of a height Y40 look to it. So, yeah. That's the View 380 right there. And then there's a smaller View 170. That is an MATX case right there. So for a smaller motherboard, not something I'd recommend for a streaming and content creation system. Bergie5, also FYI, the Micro Center near me has not had a Thermaltake case in months. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Micro Center doesn't do a lot of Thermaltake cases that I've seen. They really don't. They have certain case companies they work with a lot, and then you'll see a Fantex case peppered in here and there, maybe a Thermaltake case here and there. It's just, it could be that Thermaltake has stopped working with Micro Center, and it's because one company or the other decided that's what they wanted. No way to tell. Sorry. Oh, Bergie5, thank you for the gifted sub. Let me do that right. Bergie5, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for T-Type 54544. Numbers. Welcome to the swarm. Micro Center has Lee and Lee cases. Maybe they'll have the new Lancool 217. Maybe. Not quite what we're talking about, but yes, maybe they will. Man, this green is really something else. Anyway, I am curious. Let's see. Gaming PC. Out of curiosity, let's see. Pre-built PCs. Do they have a configurator? Really? Also, where are these? Are they manufacturing themselves or through a third-party company? I need to talk to Mike about this. I need to just do a little Q&A with them. What are some of the things that we have? Okay, no, pink is not one of the colors. We have the hydrangea blue. Let's just check what this is like. This is a $1,499 system. And let's see what the specs are. This is just a side note thing. 14700F 4060 Ti. Not the worst, but I don't like the 14th gen. Could be that it just hasn't been updated for a while. 1 terabyte drive. Fine there. 600 watt power supply. Nah. Not a fan of that. 32 gigs 5600. DDR5 5600. I mean, so, you know, there's going to be a thing where I cover companies, part manufacturers that also do pre-builts. Your MSI, your Asus. We can add Thermaltake to the mix. I know Fantex was doing some of that. So, yeah. What do you think about the cases that have a screen on them? When I see a lot from Technoid and Exotic PC, Japchase, that is the Y70 Touch Infinite, and I don't recommend it for you because of the streaming and content creation / video editing thing. I don't recommend any Y series cases, Y40, Y60, or Y70. They're fantastic cases. They're wonderful cases. However, they don't let you put something like a full-size internal capture card in there, or a card like this where you can add in more USB ports in case you run out of them for your streaming setup. Can you focus? Thank you. See that? You only have this much space to put, or I should say that much space to put in a PCIe card. And that's based on the design. There's no changing that. That's just how those cases come. There are some cases where you can do a vertical mounted GPU as an option. This is not making an option. You have to mount your GPU vertically there. So, yeah, it's a bummer, but not whatever. It's just not something I recommend for that kind of build. Exactly. There you go. Paying a lot for a case, indeed. Yes. Yeah, they are very expensive. They have good reason for it. They really do. Height, during a 3-hour-long video on tariffs that Gamers Nexus did, Height opened their books to them and said, this is the cost, this is the, in quantities, things like that, this is our profit margin, and this is how much we're going to be losing if we continue to keep shipping them here and we sell them. Basically, it costs them the retail price of the case to get it here if they with tariffs involved, which is crazy. But their profit margins have been very thin, which is something pretty common for newer companies in this space. Anyways, back to what we were doing. What we can do is we're going to go to we will talk about AMD versus Intel here. So tell me about what you're planning to do streaming wise. What are you thinking there? You going to be streaming games, stuff like that, basically? Spartan, Intel, that's a Corsair fans? I think this is the... Is that... No, it's not. What is this one? Oh, yeah, this is the Corsair certified one, right? It is. It is. Yeah, Ruch, I went over that when I had my whole spiel about the shipping supply chain. About how you can make so much more money shipping CPUs than cases. Cases are a problem when it comes to freight. I'm gonna start streaming various games, just regular streaming content, honestly. Okay, so here's the thing. If we look at, because I imagine you can take your streaming content, edit that down, post videos, things like that. The thing about it is, if you just have a really basic, simple stream, you're not trying to do a bunch of effects, overlays, things like that, alerts, all kinds of graphics, things like that, then you don't need a lot of cores for your CPU. You want that, though, for video editing, but if you do want to have a pretty, crazy stream, like you got stuff going on, you have a lot of things, you can start to, OBS will start to use more resources. If you get yourself, say we prioritize the CPU for the use case you have here, and we go for a 9950X 3D. At a $3,500 system, that's possible. The problem is this. While you're streaming, the moment you start a game, 8 of your cores turn off, and you cannot use them. 8 of your cores will shut down. And now you have 8 cores, 16 threads to run your game and your stream. Now that's usually okay until you get to more complex streaming. So yeah, that's just something to consider. And it's the reason that I have been pointing people who are streamers towards Intel, where the cores and threads that you have are the ones you have, no matter what. It just uses scheduling to manage everything. It's a monolithic die. It's not chiplets like that. They don't have to worry about, CCD to CCD latency. None of that. It just works. So even though if you were to go watch gaming CPU reviews, which is really unnecessary and like gaming CPUs, unless you're gaming at 1080p, you don't need the quote unquote best gaming CPU in the industry. It's like saying we have the best windshield washer fluid in NASCAR. Who cares? Like, that's not going to win you the races. The GPU will. Unless you're gaming at 1080p and you're gaming competitively, that's when the CPU actually matters. So, yours says you're going to be gaming at 4K. That is the situation where the CPU matters the least for gaming. So we focus the CPU on where it's going to perform the more important functions, like content creation or running a complex stream, all of that. So I would recommend an Intel system for you. You're going to see almost no difference between a 9800X3D and a Core Ultra 265K. Core Ultra 7 265K is going to be, and it's going to be way better for any kind of, even, you'll notice a difference even in light video editing. It's just going to be better. So I would recommend an Intel system for you. Now, what we can do, though, let's see what we can get here. Let's say we go with the Intel Gladiator here, right? And we want a 5070 Ti. Okay, 16 gigs of VRAM, same amount of VRAM as a 5080, way cheaper. Oh yeah, $500 cheaper. But we bump up your RAM to 64 gigs, which is awesome for editing. Very nice to have. And then you just tell them, hey, can you just build it in this other case? This pink case. Done. There you go. 3308. The problem is we got to make sure we're getting the right CPU though. And this is the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K, the one I was talking about. I'm going to show you. I'm not showing this the full screen. I'm sorry. I was showing you the details though, so that matters. Let me show you something important here that I think will help. Now, this is more helpful if you're using Premiere Pro. But let's say you're looking at a 9950X, right? Great CPU, but when you're looking at Premiere Pro, Intel just wins. Now, the price difference between 285K and the 265K, usually around $200. Difference of cores, just 4 little efficiency cores. That's it. Look at the performance. It's almost at parity with a $200 extra CPU there. 265K is probably my favorite CPU from the Intel side of things because of the price to performance there. Trying to start streaming. Okay. You know what? Then hearing this, I feel as though I'm more focused on the PC for gaming rather than streaming. Okay. That doesn't change the fact, Japshays, that you are gaming at 4K. As you said here. The only benefit you're going to get from going with AMD on your CPU is if you intend to game at 1080p competitively. Playing like Call of Duty, Fortnite, or any esports titles. If you're not doing that, the difference means nothing, and you'll be shooting yourself in the foot in every other regard instead. Because now there's a 9950X3D, and it's a great CPU. It's also what, like $700 just for the CPU? That one, 16 cores, 32 threads, bam. So you turn on a game, 8 cores, 16 threads because of core parking. So now if you're like, all right, I hear your logic. I still want AMD because my friend said it's good. Or I watched a review where they showed a bunch of benchmarks at 1080p and it looked way better. Even though I'm going to game at 4K and it is not going to make a difference. I still want AMD. That's not up to me to decide. I'm just giving you my advice. Zed Leplin, what's going on? Welcome. Let me check this one thing, though. Another thing is, another benefit of AMD, I see this here. See this no right here? The question that's referring to, do you plan on upgrading your CPU over time? Right there. You said no. So another big benefit of AMD is the lifetime of their sockets. Basically, where you have compatibility with future CPUs. If you don't plan on upgrading your CPU over time, you know, AMD's not going to help you out in there. It's not going to do you any favors. So, wrong. Sorry, there we go. Essentially this. Gaming, streaming, content creation, video editing. If you've been looking at all these ads and it's like, oh, the best gaming CPU on the market, understand this. The CPU is the least important part of the equation between the two, between the CPU and GPU. GPU up here, CPU down here when it comes to 4K gaming. It's all graphics card. That's what it is. Now, I will say this as well. You said boutique, and that's the way to get it to where you can get any case you want. One thing I want to remind you of is if you go boutique, that means that you are going to give up a little bit of performance to get that boutique experience. The attention to detail in the build, the lifetime warranty you get from Alexander PCs. Not every boutique builder does this. Alexander PCs does. A lifetime parts and labor warranty. The attention, the basically direct customer and tech support. The shipping is included in the price, all that stuff. There's a lot to it when it comes to boutique builds and the customizability where you can say, hey, I want this case that you don't even have listed on your site. Now, if you go with something more price to performance, you'll get more performance for your money. That's why that's an option. But it won't be the same boutique experience. So you chose boutique, so I figure, you know. Anyways, I'm talking myself in circles here. Let me look at a couple other options here other than the Gladiator. Because we're looking at this price here. This is a very expensive, well, not very. This is probably a more expensive case than some of these ones we were looking at, some of these Thermaltake ones. Let me just go back to where we were. There we go. Like say the the View 270 at $89.99 is going to be a lot cheaper than that. Than the Vision, 011 Vision. Also, you don't need all these fans and AIO, so the price is going to get cut down quite a bit. I'm thinking you could probably go with the 5080 here, because you're not going to need all the fans that this one has. You need way fewer. You're probably going to be about 3650, 3600, and that's with a 5080. Now, we can also look at a different system because it really doesn't matter what case it's in. It's going to be in the case you choose. But this is the one I'm looking at, so you can get that CPU. And if you want AMD, I'll switch to AMD. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not particular about it one way or the other. I think the Gladiator is a little high end on the CPU though. Well, no, that's right. It's going to have, let's see if it's a 9950X3D. Let's just check it. 9800X3D. That's not what we want. Can we change that? No. Yeah, it's going to price out essentially. What's up, Kenka? How's it going? Went with the 9900X3D and 5070 Ti combo. Nice. Congrats. What do you think? But yeah, this is why, guys, it's important to really consider what use cases you're going to add into the list, because if you tell me that you want to do these things with your PC, I am going to build your PC to do all of those things. And if you're kind of interested in it now, you might be very interested in it later. I really don't know. I can't tell you how you're going to feel about it. Let's see if this... No, it's going to be... See, with an X3D chip, with like a 9800 X3D, 8 cores, 16 threads, $480. Just for 4K gaming, it's not right. You just don't put that in there. It's a waste of money. It is a waste of money. Strategos. What about this? This can do the 5080. 3748. Damn. Well, let's see. Who else can do just a custom case? A lot of them can do custom case. Let's see. I'm gonna check something real quick. I know it's not boutique, but I'm checking something. Like their pricing right now on GPUs is gotten pretty crazy over at Skytech, and it sucks. But I'm curious. Because they have a decently long list of cases here. There's also AVA Direct, who just has all the cases. Nope, nothing in pink. Okay. Shame on you, Skytech. Yo, Mikey can do. Let's look at the levels here. Okay. 3529. What is this one? This one is 9700X. Boy. Okay. I think Alexander PCs might be your best bet, just because of some of the specs that they have. They're competitive with them. Oh my god. Look at the Gloomy Bear PC. My goodness. And you can get wall art and desk mats to match. I don't know what Gloomy Bear is. It's probably something of a property, like an IP, some kind. Wow. What's in it though? 7600X and a 5070. But it is 2500. That's like below what we were looking at. Bergie 5, that is correct actually. Yes. It does perform about the same as 9800X 3D, and that's actually a benefit for the 9800X 3D, because it used to be that going with a 3D V-Cache chip, you would sacrifice performance in other use cases. But not so here. Because they moved the 3D V-Cache underneath the core complex die, and that means frequencies came back up, temps are easier to manage, all that. Yunoko ZG, what's going on? This will be a wild time for PC building. It has been for a bit. Yeah, has been for a while. What's up, Yunoko though? How you doing? Starforge Systems, isn't that Asmongold's company? Asmongold is part of OTK, and they are basically part owners of Starforge Systems. So yeah, I guess, but it's not just like his company. He's one of the owners, one of the group of owners. Let's see. Oh, I know. Hold up. Haven't looked at these guys in a while. Although my code hasn't been working properly there. And they haven't responded to me on that. I want to look at their limited edition. Here we go. The milk box. There is a really nice looking case here. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. I mean, you really gotta like this aesthetic for it to work, but it's really cute. You get this straw on top. Come on. Nutrition facts. Wait, case 3500X. Wait, what? I guess you just build the PC. Oh, I've seen those before. I've seen those too. I really like those. Yeah, no. These are very cute. Like, they're extremely cute. Okay, so let's go. I guess we go platinum. And look, Ultra 7 265KF. F though, can we get the F out of there? Okay, change that from the chocolate milk to the strawberry milk. They did all this and they did not make a purple one. Taro milk, anybody? But that's what Height called theirs, taro milk. Anyway, let's see. Included fans, okay. No additional lighting, just use the lighting that's already in there. Components. Chain. They don't have just a 265K? Well, 285K it is. That's the top dog right there. That's the Core Ultra 285K, Core Ultra 9 right there. What's the GPU though? 5070 Ti. That's what I had chosen for the other one. Oh my god, it costs. Look, this is how crazy things are right now. Okay, the 5070 Ti is supposed to be $750 card, right? Just to go up to a 5090 is $2,700, meaning you're also losing that 750-ish, right? It's probably like an $850 or $900 card. So it's nearly $3,500 for that GPU by itself. A GPU that's supposed to be $1,999, by the way. Oh, man, we are so boned right now. That's another thing. Everybody who's on the list, understand prices are higher right now. Just so you know. But the 5070 Ti, I think will do just fine for what you want to do for 4K gaming, all of that. This already has 64 gigs of DDR5 6000. Excellent. 2 terabyte M.2 drive, PCIe Gen 4. Does it give us more specs? Minimum to 3500 read speed. That's like basic. Okay, look. A high performance 2 terabyte is only $17 more. $17 and okay, just buy, I guess, buy. $17 and the speed goes from 3500 to 7000 megabytes per second. For $17, yeah, do that. 5070 Ti. Power supply, 850 watt, 80 plus gold, PCIe 5.0. Fine. That's enough for what you're doing. I was previously exploring refurbished desktop PCs. The latest generations are out of my budget. If you're not in need, like right now, give it a few months. Q3, hopefully things have all stabilized. Beasties, what's going on? True Anonymous, what's going on? How's it going? And for something more air, which is why I tend to go with more air-cooled cases. I don't care for AMD since I had it years ago and hated it. Well, AMD changes and stuff changes. This has side intake, if I'm not mistaken, by the way. This case has side intake. It's a Corsair 3500. X. 3500X? Whatever. So, yeah. Ironside is solid. Ironside's real solid. And I don't just mean this front panel. They're just solid in general. Let's see. Let me duplicate this. We're going to get a better look at the case just to be sure. Make sure our changes have stuck. Okay, so there's that one. That's got our build in it. So we're going to go... That did change it. Okay, so we're going to go to cases. We're going to get a better look at this. Can we look at pictures? Can you show us more pictures? Are they just not going to do that? That's annoying. Were there more pictures here? Okay. Okay, here we go. There are more pictures here. Yes, there we go. Side intake. There you go. You're good. Plenty of airflow that way. They keep blocking it in almost every picture. They should show yeah, but there you go. Side intake right there. They really should show a straightforward image showing you the interior of the case, and they don't quite do that. You're good. John with the Glizzy, what's up? SkyTech code has not changed. It doesn't expire every month. John with the Glizzy, that was I buy power. SkyTech is still swarm. You are not in need. Yeah, hold off for a few months. Current main. The thing is, here's the thing. Even if we were told, oh, the tariffs are going away tomorrow, it would still be a few months until the supply chain recovers. Going Intel and Nvidia. Okay. Get a Switch 2 if you can. I missed the pre-order. I really wanted one, but I did miss the pre-order. I just didn't have the money for it. Plus, I'm trying to save to go to Computex in a couple of weeks, and it's still up in the air. Like, I have a matter of, 12 days to sort that out. 12 days. I'm probably not going to make it to Computex, to be real with you guys. Okay, True Anonymous. Check the link in the description, fill out the form there, and then I'll be able to help you out. You'll be on the list. Of course, far be it for me to tell someone with the name True Anonymous, oh, you'll be on a list. No, it's just my spreadsheet. Okay, it's just, like, you don't, it doesn't save any personal info. You're good. Google gave me the option. I said, no, I don't want your info. I don't want your email. Been good, John. Been good. What pre-order? Switch 2? Yeah, Switch 2. What's going on, Ghost Poner? How's it going? I have money I can get for it. But that comes to a matter of if I get lucky enough someone to cancel who pre-ordered, seems like. Oh, you're talking about the Switch 2? I do have a couple of PCs I could sell to maybe get my plane ticket over there, get my hotel, because I have a couple jobs lined up that will pay me to make content there, to make a couple shorts, things like that. And it would help me recoup some of that cost, and I can get more while I'm there. But it's getting there in the first place. Still reeling from January, where I got stiffed on my payment for CES. So, yeah. Okay, back to this. This is looking good, though. $17 to go from 3,500 megabyte per second read speeds to 7,000. That's a no-brainer right there. Let's see. What other options we have on the power supply? It is $40 to go up to a 1,000 watt power supply. Ironside certified power supply? Sure. MSI, XPG, Thermaltake. Okay, fair. Pretty solid brands. Switch 2 is wild. The pre-orders were wild. They were. Yeah, I missed it. Then spend the $43 for the 1,200. Oh, is it only $3 more for 1,200? Well, I see 1,200 watts. Like, it just feels silly to put that in here. But the upgradability down the line because we don't know how crazy GPUs are going to get on their power requirements. But no, I don't think we need to go much above. Let me ask you this. But what's up, Laudogato? How's it going? Jap Chase. Would you plan... You said you don't plan on upgrading your CPU over time. You're getting a really good one in here if we go with this system. Would you eventually upgrade your GPU in a few years? Like once, say NVIDIA learns all of the possible lessons that they have clearly available to them to learn from 50 series, and 60 series comes out swinging, or 70 series comes out swinging. Because they've already been in development of 60 series. It's usually a couple years that they develop this stuff. So would you upgrade your own GPU? Or at that point, or would you just use this thing till the wheels fall off and get yourself a new system? I know I've been kind of all over the place with your build. I do apologize for that. Zeuscast software is stopping sleep mode besides turning off any suggestions. I don't know what Zeuscast is, but do you need it? Yes, for sure I would upgrade. Well, hell, $43 for a 1,200 watt power supply? Why not? Sure. So here's what you do. You rock the 5070 Ti. I played 4K games, natively rendered and with, DLSS and multi-frame gen and all that. It worked great in both situations, especially great with multi-frame gen. A lot of games look insane with that. And unless you pause freeze frames and do pixel peeping and you're like, oh, there's a little bit of thing around the guy and the hair right there. Whatever. It was super smooth and really, really intensely good to play. But if you find at some point down the line, you're like, 5070 Ti is not quite doing it anymore. You can then swap in a bigger, badder GPU and not have to worry in the slightest about needing more wattage in your power supply. We're at 3405. 64 gigs of DDR5 6000. Excellent. The one thing is the motherboard. I need to see what motherboard we have in here because... Okay, so you can choose to go... Oh, they have the carbon. Yeah, you can choose a different motherboard. What's going to happen is this. You're going to get a fairly standard motherboard, right? Let's see, memory lift 4. Yeah. Pretty standard stuff. So what'll happen is this. One of the benefits of going with not a Y series case from Height, as I mentioned earlier, if this motherboard doesn't have enough I/O on you for you in the back, okay, then you get yourself an PCIe add-in card with more USB ports right there. Okay, these are like $25-30. You literally just take off the PCIe slot cover, you plug this in, screw in this little thing right there, and you turn on your computer, and it's plug and play. I've been using these in systems for a while. They work great. It should be, is it music? Hold on. There you go. It's exclamation point music, Alucard. Software for the Gamdius AIO and displays temps on Atlas M1 case. Gamdias, what are you doing? Gamdias, excuse me. I don't know. If you can do without the temps and you'd rather be able to put your PC to sleep, then there you go. What's up, Frowler? How's it going? Months, it's soon. 6 months. Huh? MX6 cooling paste is horrible. MX2 is way easier to apply. I use 5. Why PC parts go well with pink? Very true, Adam. How's it going? Yeah, my Newegg order went up $100 overnight. Ew, yeah. Hambox MED limited edition 97 XT with Benti RGB pins. RGB pins are really thin and easy to bend, and also easy to bend back. If you're just talking about 3-pin, 5-volt or ARGB, you can bend those back and it'll work. But you shouldn't have to worry about getting them like that. What cooler is on there? This is a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. Actually, I would like... Thank you for bringing that up because there's a white version of it for $35 more. There you go. That'll look a little better in the build for sure. But okay, that's it. That's the build. 3440. Now, here's the thing. I have to fix this. Let's see if it works here. Let me save this. Copy the URL here. Oh, I'm not on the screen share. My bad. Thank you. I have my stream feed covered up. That's why. That's my bad. Okay. Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. Okay, so this is, save that link, Japchase. Now, the thing is, this build did come with basically Intel as the default. I can look and see if there's a version that does AMD instead, but I am recommending that you go with Intel for your build. Based on the form they submitted, based on the things you said there. Even if you're feeling right now like, oh man, but gaming, and AMD's been telling me they have the best gaming CPU. 4K gaming, it does nothing for you, I'm telling you. I think power color sabotaged my GPU. In an economy like this, Frowler, I don't think that they would do that. Unless you cut them off in traffic, maybe. Jack of all trades, Barry. I want to stop by and say hello, and I leave the streams on due to the positive vibes and support what you do. Thank you very much, Jack of all trades. I appreciate the lurk. Never forget how you helped me get my setup. Bray knows his stuff, guys. Thank you, Jack of all trades. I appreciate you. But Japchase, did you get that link? Let's try adding this to cart real quick. I'm gonna see if my code works, because Alucard was working with me on this, telling me about this. That my code is supposed to give you free shipping, which can be quite good for a build like this, and it was not applying free shipping. So we're going to try that here. Iron Braethorn. Iron Braethorn. I can't tell unless I enter my address info. I can't tell whether it's going to remove shipping or not. But the code does work. It's in there. So, yeah, that's what you would do. That's the code right there. Iron Braethorn for Ironside. Now what we're going to do is this. We're going to try doing another build like that real quick, and then we'll get to the next one. Don't worry, everybody. I want to see if there is one that is... Oops. Build a PC. There we go. Which one's A? They're just not doing any AMD here. Oh, I'm an idiot. There it is. All right. Right there. So, components, we will switch it to the White Frost on the CPU cooler. Why is that formatted differently? That's weird. Change the CPU from the 9800X3D to the one they don't have. All right, that kind of seals the deal. Japchays, they don't carry the AMD CPU I would have recommended for you. Like, you can go with something like a 9900X, but understand that I know you said, as soon as I said, nah, to go Intel, not AMD, you were like, well, maybe I don't care about video editing or streaming. Let go of AMD here, because they don't necessarily prioritize those things. They gotten better, and the 9950X 3D at its, like, whatever $700 price point is good. But this right here with Premiere Pro, you get quick sync. It's awesome. And the 9900X is way down here under the Core Ultra 5 245K. So, yeah. It's just not the right option for the build you're looking at. And even if you're not super interested in it now, you could, as you get into streaming, doing more stuff like that, you could get more into it. This system's going to have the capability for any 4K gaming that you could possibly want to do. Not this one, but instead, this one. You're gaming at 4K. Don't worry about the CPU. This CPU is going to be great for pretty much anything you can throw at it. Why is it showing that case? Did it not take the case selection? Make sure you have the right color case, by the way. 9950X, I mean, it is there. It is in a very healthy 6th place. I would still recommend the 265K. Remember this, guys. Like, I have a lot of friends in the content creation, tech content creation field, okay? A lot of buddies there. Oops, I messed up my... Get that back to purple. Thank you very much. Okay. I got a lot of buddies in tech content creation. Great people. Awesome. A lot of them, though, have employees. Maybe they have a studio they got to pay for. They got to pay the bills. They got to keep running business. In order to do that, people need to click on their videos. And if there's a story there, like, oh, AMD totally beats Intel in gaming, that's what they're going to talk about. But it doesn't matter if the CPU you get is at the top of the chart, whatever chart, this chart, that chart. That chart probably has nothing to do with you if you're gaming in 4K. I promise you that. When it comes to gaming CPU benchmarks, they mostly ignore 4K because it's all like a wall. They all match each other. Don't be blinded by charts. Look at the specifics. It'll tell you 1080p, yada, yada, yada. For most people, a lot of people are moving to 1440p, and the CPU gets left behind in importance. It's not as important at 1440p or 4K, period. So this system would do everything you want it to, and more. Anyone else see the ARM desktop released by System 76? I have not, actually. I'll probably, if I go to Level 1 Tax or something, I'll probably watch a video on that. I'm not even sure if I have seen actual 4K. I have. Frame rates run lower though, but I mean, it's all GPU at that point. Arabian Night says Vikings. Okay. Scarecrow, thank you for the lurk. I don't have a lurk command there, but I appreciate it. By the way, YouTube viewers, if you don't mind, if you like what I'm doing here, drop a like. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Destroy that like button. Apologize to the like button. You didn't mean it. It was just in the heat of the moment. But, you know, it's character development. Okay. Let's see there. So that's yours, Japchase. If that's cool with you, that's what I would recommend. If you like those cases, because nobody else carries those but Ironside. So. Okay. So that one's done. There we go. Mikey Mike 211. Are you still here? Yes, it says you are here in chat. All right, cool. Scarecrow, what's going on? Thank you for lurking on the YouTube stream and watching on the Twitch stream. I appreciate you. Save money on CPU, spend our better GPU for 4K. I mean, you could do that, but Rurutu, here's the problem. When it comes to Ironside, they don't have the right CPU in Intel under the 285K. 265K and 245K are both F variants, so they don't do QuickSync. And right here on the list, it does say content creation / video editing. I'm not putting an F SKU in there. So we were kind of forced into doing the 285K. But, I mean, hey, the benefit will be there from that CPU. Macho Man, what's up? Bro, I just smashed the like button here. You owe me a new keyboard. I did what you said, you crazy SOB. Macho Man, what was your like button doing on the keyboard? You have to smash your monitor. Do it. Smash the monitor. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Don't do that, please. Don't smash your gear, guys. Don't do that. See, I gave you the disclaimer, so now I'm not responsible. Okay, Mikey Mike, let's take a look at your build. Also, if Hashcat is here, if you're watching on Twitch and you're following on Twitch, then you have the free emote that says I'm on the list. Please let me know you are still here. You will be next. If you're watching on YouTube, please type out @Brayathorn, I'm on the list. So it will flag me because my name is there, and I'll know that I'll see that. And there you go. Maybe his monitor is a touchscreen. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you need to get a running start. Instructions unclear. Smash my monitor. Moving on. Okay, so yeah, Hashcat, be sure to let me know that you are here since you did fill out the form. I am here. Okay, if you're watching on Twitch, use that free emote if you don't mind. Just lets me know that you hit the follow button, which is a free thing to do because I'm doing something free for you as well. Doesn't cost you nothing. I don't ask for subscriptions, for YouTube, for Twitch subs. I don't ask for bits or donos or anything. That is what I ask, though. Just drop that emote. Looks like this. Like a little verification thing. Okay, Mikey Mike, let's do your build. So, 2200, gaming and streaming, 1440p. You want a lot of RGB. Price to performance, and you wanted Reactor Gaming. Okay. So, since February 6, 2025. Okay, thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Let me have my weird things that I do. What's up, Dan? Okay. I also worked hard on that emote, okay? I want people to use it. Okay, so if you can, Mikey Mike, did you already find a PC on Reactor Gaming that you liked? GTA 2026. Yeah, I know, but not for PC. 30 FPS? No, thank you. I'll be waiting for the PC version. I don't care how long it takes. They are not getting my money till they have a full experience for that game. I might cave on that. All right, I'm not made of stone over here. Believe that. That's crazy. Oh, good. We already do. Nice. Okay. All right, cool. Good news. We have a RTS 2149.99. Okay. We should be able to get $50 off of that for you because it turns out we do have a Reactor Gaming code. I just hadn't had the chance to use it or post it in the coupon codes channel. I need to do that. So let's get them up here. Really need to look more at Reactor Gaming because, I mean, whether it's to help you guys with one of their systems or to find things where I can recommend, hey, maybe, you know, because they're very much open to feedback. I understand, but maybe they don't know how to use emotes on Twitch. Fair, potentially. Jonah 4, what's going on? Well, I'm getting PS5 Pro this week for it. I can't wait for it to come to PC. I mean, the PS5 Pro, I would say might go on sale before the holidays, around the holidays. I mean, you don't want to wait because they'll be sold out. But I wouldn't wait until the game's coming out because then they are going to sell out. But I'd hold off until then. You don't need it till May of next year. You know, man, you have that color eyes that feel like you're staring into my soul. I am. That's why. Can't you tell? Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Which one was it? Core series. No, not what we're looking for. We want to see... Wait, okay, hold on. I haven't browsed their site for a little while. Is it ready to ship? $2149.99. Was this it? Ready to ship. That's what RTS means. All right, cool. Yeah. My bad. Let's look at the specs here. So what you're doing with this system is gaming and streaming. We need to look at the motherboard. Asus TUF B650E with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Let's see. Yeah, great. PowerPoint presentation. Awesome. Can you please let me look at your product now? Okay. Wow. Show me your rear I/O without showing me your rear I/O. Why don't you? So 7 USB Type A's and a single USB Type C is not great for a streaming machine, but you do have multiple PCIe. They have a couple of PCIe slots open here, including this bottom one, which is a single lane, probably perfect for one of these additional USB cards that you can add in there, PCIe add-in card. So yeah, that's fine. Let's take a look at the rest of the system. Let's go to here. So Okanos Aqua 93. Basically, it looks a lot like the O11 Vision. Hang on. there is something interesting happening here. So let's see how this looks on the site when I do this. Perfect. Do you see what's happening here, here, and here? Now this case, because it has the top exhaust turned to a glass panel, which was something done by Lee and Lee first, it's, you know, you can make it workable. What we're looking at here is that's likely reverse flow. So bottom intake, rear intake, side triple exhaust. Now what happens when you have more exhaust fans than intake fans? And if this is fine with you, by the way, when I'm done talking about it, you let me know. When you have more exhaust fans than intake fans, what you end up with is a negative pressure airflow setup. And if you have a case that's pretty decently sealed other than the dedicated airflow spots, you're fine. But this has a lot of perforations here that are not filtered. When you have negative airflow, all that dust that tends to just settle behind your case, it's actually going to get sucked right into the case. And that dust is going to get pushed into your radiator here. And it's going to get into your GPU because there's fans right here that are going to be pushing that dust right into the radiator. So I would have done reverse flow fans here because then you have 4 intake, 1 exhaust. I would have done this as exhaust. And you have a positive pressure setup. All of this place, right? All the space right here is plenty of space for the warm air to escape. I would have done this as intake right here with reverse flow fans or otherwise. That's just how I would do it. 2 terabyte M.2 SSD. We don't know if it's Gen 3 or Gen 4. 32 gigs DDR5 6000 is perfect for this because it is a 7800 X3D CPU and an AMD RX Radeon RX 7900 XTX. That's a badass GPU. Okay, it's a really good GPU. I'm not showing that part of the screen, right? Am I too zoomed in? Yes, I'm too zoomed in. Okay, I need to really get my chops back with making sure I'm in the right shot here. That B650E is a bit of a compromise, but 7900 XTX and 7800 X3D, 2 terabyte storage, 850 watt power supply is fine for that. It's fine for that. 360 millimeter AIO, 32 gigs DDR5 6000, all for $2149.99 before my discount of $50 is very good. That is very good. I can say that this is worth it right here. Those are all reverse blade fans. That's not what it looks like here. No, it's I generally look for where it's at the thinnest, and you can usually kind of tell the pitch of the fans. These are the fans. These are Thermaltake fans, aren't they? Yes, they're Thermaltake. That's a Thermaltake logo. These are the fans that came with the AIO, and these are typically going to be exhaust fans because most people set their fans as exhaust. Now, Mikey Mike, good deal. The good news here is that you can easily turn these around with just 4 screws per fan. You turn them around, it'll start drawing air in. That side intake is filtered. So yeah, that's what I would do. Or you can even request that they do it for you. It would take them 10 minutes to do it. Sorry, which is why I like that case. Those are revert. No, yeah. See, yeah. If these were Okinos fans, see, this is reverse bladed here. But you can usually tell, even if it's blurry, you can tell where the pitch of the blades are, and that is set as exhaust. So unless Thermaltake is selling their AIOs with reverse blade fans for some reason, which I could be wrong on, but I would just ask if they could make sure that your side is intake and the rear is exhaust. I would request that. And, you know, knowing them, they would probably be cool with it. Even though it's a built PC. If it's already in the box, though, and it's ready to ship, that's what the ready to ship means, they might not be willing to do it for you because I don't know if I'd be willing to take it out of the box. Could potentially damage the packing materials, things like that. If it's packed up, ready to go, it is an easy job to swap your fans around. It's just, you don't even need to change the cable management. You just twist the fan in the easiest way you can and put it back on with those same 4 screws. Same deal here. You just pivot it around and then you have your exhaust fan. That's what I would do. Now I want to test the code real quick, so we're going to go ahead and add this to cart. I'm not trying to buy it out from under you, okay? It is a ready-to-ship system, and those are limited, so... But let's go to View Cart. Now I know you're not telling me my cart is empty. Add to cart. I could do that with no problem. Awesome. You know, man, you have that. I already responded to that in a very creepy way. Sorry, Zed Leplin. Yeah, I don't trust Sony. I can see them raising the price of the console like Xbox did. Ooh, true. Oh, it's got 2 of them now. It's got 2 of them. What do you mean my cart's empty? I know it's not. What do you mean? What is happening? Okay. We've got to go to checkout. Don't go to view cart. So we go to checkout. Click here to enter your code. We're going to change this to just 1 system, by the way, not 2. I think I need to do that here. Remember, this is a smaller SI. So managing a website, not an easy thing to do. But I will reach out and let them know that the cart was acting up a little bit. So we'll just remove that, add it to cart, and then go to checkout. I accidentally right-clicked while I was left-clicking. Did it add it? Okay, no, it hadn't. It did not. Okay, go to checkout. So they don't have just a thing for the coupon code that's already there. You have to click to add that right here. And that is going to be just Braethorn, B-R-A-E-T-H-O-R-N. We apply coupon. See if that's still working. Coupon is expired. Okay, 1 second. I don't know. We'll see if he responds. If that might be a day, like tomorrow they'll get it fixed. I'm not sure, but yeah. But it should take off $50, so it's going to make it $2,099.99. But hey, $50 is $50. So you don't need a link to the system, but I do. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and get that here. Throw that there. I do like the system though. I hope they'll, you know, they don't need to do the airflow for you. It is supposed to be ready to ship, not modifiable, but I would swap out, I would spin those around. It's my opinion, you know. Okay, and radiator fans, reverse them and reverse the rear fan to exhaust rather than intake. That's the code. We'll see if he responds. It's Shopify store. The cart is funny. I deal with it sometimes. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, snap. Giesel23, how did I miss your sub earlier? I'm so sorry. That was really rude of me. When I get into doing these builds, I get really hyper focused. Like I talk mostly to the person who I'm helping out. But let me actually make sure you're still here. Okay, you are. Giesel23, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Swarm. Let's go, nerds. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. What's up, Northern Lights? Hope you're doing well. We got 41 people over on Twitch, 34 people over on YouTube. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Mikey Mike, I hope that works for you. I am going to go ahead and mark that as good. And Hashcat, it is your turn. like I said, you talked very highly of them in the YouTube video. Yeah, that is some of the more recent content on as far as System Integrators Weekly is concerned. So I have to decide whether I'm going to rearrange everything for the big unboxing stream on Thursday and just use all of tomorrow to do that and some of tonight. And I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, part of that is moving my main desk over here, but it needs to also be cleared off so I can do stuff on it. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. We'll see. John Paul Bacon, welcome. How's it going? Okay, so let's take a look at your build. Let me ask you first, Hashcat, what is the actual maximum amount of money dollars that you can spend on your PC? Like a solid amount, not a range like we have here. What would that be? Oh, I didn't mean to do just one thing, but sure. There we go. Okay, Rockville, Maryland. Coding/game design. Okay, 2K max. Got it. So, not game. You're not gaming on this system then. Is that the case here? No gaming happening? Because you chose just coding/game design as your use case here. No games, just coding, deploying virtual machines and stuff like that. Okay, so you need cores, you need RAM. Got it. All right, we're going to Micro Center for this. Oh, I have it. I moved it up here. I forgot. That's a pretty damn good deal. Not gonna lie. So, what I would probably do here is go with Core Ultra 200S Intel. And what you're going to have is you're going to have your 8 performance cores and then your efficiency cores, depending on whether we go with the 265K or 285K. I would prioritize CPU and RAM here because you're going to need to divvy that up. And a decent GPU. You need a decent amount of VRAM as well. And let's see. We'll look at the bundles. We'll look at them. Oh, what color did you choose for the build? You wanted it in black. Okay. They only have one, and it's a 265K. So let's talk about the 260. I'm talking about bundles. They only have one bundle. That gives us 32 gigs of RAM. So we might need to forego the bundle, but the bundles can be a really nice value. With a Core Ultra 265K, you're getting 20 cores. 8 of those are performance cores. 12 of them are efficiency cores. So that's a good. That's a lot of cores. Like, let's see, what are we getting the CPU for here? CPU is coming out to loving the Core Ultra love today. Hell yeah, absolutely. That's the CPU you're rocking. 252.69 for a 20-core CPU. It's pretty great for a machine where you're going to be doing virtual machines. For a system where you're going to be doing virtual machines. Now, the motherboard would probably not be your first choice for a black build. This is a white motherboard. We're going to take a look at it closer up real quick. Look at our I/O and everything. And this is the Asus AYW Gaming. Whatever that means. The newer thing. I/O is just okay on this thing. It's not great. You have only a single USB-C, 4 USB 2.0s, and 3 USB Type-A's that are 10 gigabit. So they are faster, but I think with the situation you're looking at, maybe more would be better than faster. Cores and RAM are a must-have, that's for sure. We might not be able to go with this bundle in that case, because I would probably do 64 gigs of RAM. And this forces you into 32 gigs. The value is really nice, but you're only, I mean, on the CPU itself, you're mostly the CPU itself, you're saving, $48. So the better thing to do is to really focus in on these parts and make sure you have the resources you need to run your system however you want. Okay, so looking at this, let's see. There's a 285K. It is $569. That is the 24-core CPU. Now, one downside here is that you lose hyperthreading, basically. It's 24 cores, 24 threads. That for VMs, that could be maybe a downside. Like if you look at the, say, 7950X or 9950X, that's 16 cores but 32 threads. But cores are what are more important here. That's what I would say. Now, going from $259.99 all the way up to $570, so $260 all the way up to $210 more to get 4 extra efficiency cores, not what I would do. I would go with the oh no, that's 245K. Where's the 265K? Okay, it is $299 versus $569. So it's 100 and No, that's not right. No, it is 270. 270 more to get this. Yes, I was way off on my math, by the way. It's $260 more, $270 more to get 4 extra efficiency cores. Nope, 265K is my recommendation. You can change that if you want to, though. If you got to get that 285K for 4 extra efficiency cores and some bragging rights. For nearly double the price. Oh, look, you're still getting... Wait, what do you mean bundle discount? We'd removed the bundle. All right, cool. You still get the discount. So it's the same price as a 245K. That's pretty great. All right. So, let's see. Good motherboard. A solid motherboard with decent I/O is what we're looking for. Is there a motherboard brand preference for you? You are going to spend some time in BIOS, so I mean, that's, I think, a valid question. What ASRock ones do they have? Funny to mention BIOS as a thing and then look at ASRock, because that's like one of the main complaints about ASRock, but it's fine in my mind. They don't have the one I'm looking for, though. I really like the modern live mixer. It looks great. It has lots of I/O, like lots. But let's move from that. We'll check out what Gigabyte has to offer in the Z890 bracket here. Let's look at the Eagle Wi-Fi 7. I mean, that's okay. It's better. It's better than the one that came with the other system, with the bundle. 4 USB Type-A's. So, mice, keyboards, headset, things like that. And then 5 faster Type-A's and a single USB 4. But it is USB 4, 40 gigabit per second. You can get a USB 4 hub for that. Not sure it's been, I don't think I ever messed with a USB hub when it comes to VMs. So I couldn't tell you there. 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7. Not bad for the price of $239.99. Let's keep looking. We do want full ATX. Oh, what are they doing with their UD these days? They're ultra durable motherboard. How's that looking? It used to be a hell of a deal. That's actually very similar. It is actually identical. I just don't know if it has, if that's a USB 4 port. It should be. Wait, USB 4. Shouldn't it be Thunderbolt with Intel? It is USB 4. That's weird. All right. Let's switch to MSI. There are 3 MSI boards. That's it. Not great. And it's more expensive. MSI, do better. Let's check out this one. No, it's B860. You don't want to lose any of your control over the capabilities of your CPU there. All right, Asus. All right, how are we doing in Z890s over here? Oh Lord, prices. Oh. At least these are all fast ports, and you get dual USB Type-C, and then one Thunderbolt 4. You get a Thunderbolt 4 with this one. Okay, that's not bad. Wi-Fi 7, 2.5 gig Ethernet. It's a little shy on actual Type A ports. Man, that's Asus for you, putting I/O behind a paywall. $320. Asus, man, I want to be wrong about y'all, like once, please. You want to get good I/O, you're spending $500 on a motherboard. Case in point. Z890-E. Here we go. Yeah. When you get it, you get a lot of it. I mean, dual Thunderbolt 4. Dual 10 gigabit per second USB Type-C, one of them with a fast charging option on it. 5 gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7, and you're getting 10 USB Type-A's, all of them fast. All of them. Let's see if they did anything stupid with the layout. They did. They did something stupid with the layout. Oh, that's a great picture, by the way. What do you mean, Bray? What do you mean they did something stupid with the layout? They did something that MSI did with one of their Carbon motherboards that I hated. Now, you're not doing anything that I think would actually affect this, but they put 2 or 3 of the M.2 sockets here above the GPU slot, meaning it gets pushed down 2 slots instead of the usual 1. So you only get one PCIe expansion card here, expansion slot here. Your GPU is going to be lower than normal. The computer's back, finally fixed. Oh, that is fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear. Anarchist Healing. That's awesome. Right there, maybe an Asus ProArt series motherboard, which is a nice black gold theme. Check out the ProArt motherboard. No, I got you. It's not here. Like, it needs to be here. This is for Micro Center to build. It's not here. So we can't really check it out. It's a good recommendation, but only if they have it, and they don't seem to. Thunderbolt assures a higher bandwidth. USB 4 can be either way. It depends. Yeah, I mean, it's in a lot of cases it's the same controller anyway. It's just a fee that they didn't pay. I mean, let's go with this for now. It really has the most I/O, and I don't know if your setup is going to require a lot of I/O or not. You can tell me on that. I haven't run VMs in a long time. Boy, oh boy, that adds so much to the cost. Oh God, I hate that. We may, you know what? No, I can't justify that. I mean, we have a $2,000 budget. We have to let me ask you this real quick, Hashcat. Let me ask you this. Micro Center has a $250 build fee. Have you factored that into the price? Also, we can look at just the regular pre-builds too, where we don't get to choose the parts, but I would really like to choose the parts for you because you have a very specific use case. Let's check the prime. I already know what I'm going to see, but maybe I don't. Yeah. That's about what I was expecting. Lots of expansion ports here. And that's nice. Lots of PCIe slots. That's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4 M.2 sockets there. Let's see how many we had here. Look at the actual just specs list because it's a little unclear because of that big plate right there. So, 7 M.2. Like 7. 7 M.2. I can't think of a better thing to have when you're doing virtual machines. Forget partitions, dedicated drives. I mean, they're virtual. They're virtual. Again, it's been a long time for me since I've messed with VMs. I don't even know what like the good management software is now for all that. Did VMware back in the day. That is bananas. 7 M.2 slots. I kind of want this now. Like for my that's so much storage. Oh. I've made no secret that I want my next editing machine to be a 285K or 265K. Either one would be fine. They're very close in performance. VMs are excellent. Yeah, it could be flexible 2.5K worst case scenario, by the way. Yeah, okay. We'll try not to push that. Yeah. Electrothermal. 7 is crazy. More of a Mac thing with using monitors via Thunderbolt. I haven't really explored the PC side of USB-C bandwidth. It's interesting, and you have it, so you should try it. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to change this anymore. That's an expense, but man, the benefit of having that much, that many M.2 slots, I always vacillate between slots and socket for that, but yeah, that's crazy. Let's see what we can do. We're going to go 64 gigs of RAM at a minimum. DDR5. Why is capacity all the way down here? That is so stupid. You could also go with 96 gigs of RAM if you want to. Let's see the price difference. Oh, no, not 4. Not 4. 64 gigs. There we go. Not 4 sticks. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the lowest priced 96 gig kit is $355. Dude, 25% of the build for a Mobo is a little insane. It is. Remember, this is a dedicated system for VMs, though. All the other motherboards are kind of eh. Also, it's now 20% of the build, maybe. I'll circle back to it, Alucard. Relax. You're in break. Well, I guess you can't really break a caps lock key by using it once, but still. That's the thing about use cases, is that you reprioritize. You don't need a crazy GPU in this. Actually, what am I doing? We need to look at what GPUs are available. What is even at this location? I almost did break it. Wow. Got passionate there, my friend. Okay, let's see. Let's go by... Can we go by video memory? Yes. Go by 16 gigs. Wouldn't you know it, other than the 5070 Ti, it's all AMD. Well, it's both AMD. And then there's these. $7,800 XT, $599. 5070 Ti, one in stock, $979. Yeah, no, that's going to be outside the budget. That's out of the budget. Now, let me ask you this. Hashcat, do you have a specific need for an NVIDIA GPU? Well, for running VMs and for... I mean... I don't know. I don't think so. decoding, deploying virtual machines, and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't think so. Okay. In that case, I'll probably recommend that 7800 XT because of the 16 gigs of VRAM. But let's see what else there is. We might need to scale down on the motherboard. Like, I might have... My eyes got bigger than my stomach there. A little bit. Okay. Yo, they got a For the Win 3 Ultra Gaming 3070 refurbished. Nice. What are our other options on VRAM? Two, they're 24 gig, probably 7900 XTXs. Yep, and yep. Nope. Okay. All right, let's go 7800 XT. Storage. We're going to pick one storage drive here. Inland Performance Plus 2 terabyte. That's a good start. It's very reliable, long-lived. It has a lot of terabytes written, very highly rated. And I've 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read speeds. Unless 7,200? What is it? 7,200? I haven't looked at that in a while. 7,000. Yeah, 7,000. Great for the price. So yeah, $132.99 for 2 terabytes. Very fast. Okay. So we're currently at 1532 plus tax. So we got your 20 core 265K, a massively expensive motherboard. Like, it may be a good idea to source your motherboard from just PC part picker. You can bring that in, and then the thing is, like, if you're going to get the extra warranty, you want that motherboard covered. It's one of the things that can easily go in your system is the motherboard. Not easily, but it's just got the most components on it. What were we talking about? 64 gigs is probably what I would go for your RAM. That's not what I was looking for. Capacity, thank you. 64 gigs. I wouldn't go for a crazy high frequency or anything because you're going to be splitting it up amongst... Yeah. Radeon... Tanmay says, Radeon cards have PCIe reset issue, not suited for VM. Is that a consistent, like a current known issue, Tanmay? Like, is that still a known issue, or has that been... Is that something that might have been fixed with... Please look at IOMMU groupings for PCIe pass-through. You lost me, Tanmay. I haven't done VMs since, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't remember what that is. Don't 8 terabyte M.2 drives exist? So 56 terabytes of storage? Casey, yes, that's possible. Yes. Also, there are M.2 carrier cards that have like 6 slots on them. So the sky's the limit. 64 gigs. I already chose that. I wouldn't go for crazy speed. Nice, stable 6,000. Should be good. Plenty of options there. It's kind of the sweet spot for a lot of setups. And G-Skill Ripjaws. Solid stuff. DDR5 6000 CL36. Is there a lower latency one? Let's go by price here. See what we get. CL34. Oh, this is a weird number to choose for that. Wait, what did you say about RGB? Oh, you want a lot of RGB. Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. All right, there you go. Yeah, we're getting a lower latency here. DDR5 6000 CL30 versus CL36. Not a huge difference. Wish that was less of a price difference, actually. I might just put you down on this one here. Maybe upgrade to 96 gigs down the line, but let's go for this. We'll change it up to the let's keep that motherboard for now. You got it. People have workaround, but it's in a sorry state. Google level 1 tech forums. It's a known issue even on 9,000. Well, the thing is, if we go with NVIDIA here, we're pretty much out of budget without the CPU cooler No case yet, no power supply. We can't do that. I mean, unless we change out the motherboard, which we can totally do. Any specifics on the case? You wanted a lot of RGB. King 95 Pro. There you go. All the fans you need. System's all. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Is this case okay for you? I love this system. When you want a lot of RGB, this is a great one. Oh, yeah, that case too. It's a great one. I love it. 4.9 out of 5 stars, 21 reviews. That's pretty solid for a single Micro Center location. Power supply. What is this about? Oh, it's a compatibility filter. Boop. Yeah. Their compatibility filter is a little overzealous. Let's see what it's recommending to us. Corsair R1000E, 1000 watt power supply. A little high. It's fine. It's fine to go for 1000 watts if you want to, but not necessary here. 179 though is not bad for a Corsair unit like that. But yeah, let's turn this off. And we'll select our power. 850 to 1000 should be good. One of those two. So we'll go 850 first. That's probably what I'm going to shoot for here. You're not putting a 5090 in here. You're fine. Tanmay, thank you for the heads up, though. I appreciate that. And also add a PCIe M.2 adapter card. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the carrier card, John Paul Bacon. That's what I meant there. Yeah, you can add a lot of storage to system. What are we looking at here? So that X3 Gold, this is a solid power supply. 129.99, 850 watts, fully modular, ATX 3.1, good to go. Also the Focus VX from Seasonic. That's also a really good unit, but this one rates pretty highly here. So liquid cooling for this, we can go with their King Cool or whatever it's called. King Cool Aqua Freeze 360, 84.99, 360 millimeter Asetek technology. I mean, ASRock Mixer and Asus ProArt motherboards for better IO-MMU groupings. Okay, again, guys, that sounds great. They don't have those. They didn't have the ProArt, and they don't have the ASRock Live Mixer boards. They just don't have them. It's not in stock. And if you can bring in your own board if you want, and I love the Live Mixer board, to be clear, Tanmay. But then it's not going to be covered by their warranty if they build it for you. If you buy the extra warranty, they're not going to cover it. Let me bring up that board just for thoroughness. The 90 Live Mixer Wi-Fi, $239.99. That's a fantastic motherboard, okay? I love this thing. Look at that I/O there. It's not going to have 7 M.2 sockets on it. It won't. But it has, what, 5? Is it 5 or 4? I think it's 4, which is plenty for most. Here, we'll just look it up on their site. It's purple because I've looked at this one before. I love this board. It's fantastic. It looks awesome and has some great features. The I/O is really good. Did it pass by the... Well, we'll just go to the bottom. It's all down here. Just takes a while to load. Especially if I do that. We'll need to drop the motherboard and the warranty, maybe even lower the case to get into the budget. All the RAM required. Yeah, I would like to go with 96 gigs. I really would. And this motherboard would be a way better deal than the Asus motherboard. I just, like, I had no idea Asus was even dropping a motherboard that had 7 M.2. That's great. What problems Radeon having? I know a few people that is loving their 7900. The freaking Rican, what's going on? This is for VMs, virtual machines. A very specific use case. Not just like a gaming PC or something like that. It's for very specific use. Okay, so looking at the I/O here, you got dual Thunderbolt 4. You have 2.5 gig Ethernet. That is a little bit of a downgrade, but nothing crazy. Wi-Fi 7. You have one thing I don't like about ASRock. ASRock stopped this. The custom colors that they're using for their there is a language to this. So I'm thinking these are probably just USB 2.0 right here. Then you have your USB 3.0 that are 5 gigabit per second. Two USB 3.2 Gen 2, 10 gigabit per second in Type A form, and dual Thunderbolt 4. This is fantastic for the price. IOMMU groups are PCIe lanes coming from CPU and are easy to isolate and pass through, while the lanes from chipset get shared and you cannot pass through individual devices due to bad groupings. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Appreciate that. Been gone an hour, had to go to the store, but I left the stream on the 75-inch for my dog to watch while I was gone. Oh, who's a good poochie? Who's a good puppy? Who's a scratchy? I don't know if that's weird to do. That's not my dog, but hello. Thank you for lurking, dog. I don't know if I like that twist thing. Maybe. It's fine, actually. Oh, thank you. Oh, hold on. Let's go, nerds. Reactor Gaming, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for Tended Mermaid 41. Welcome to the swarm. I need to get these closer to me so I'm not like that every time I want to say something. I think I'm actually moving my smaller stream deck over to the left so I can just have them like that, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, back to this. So I would probably just buy this motherboard, take it to them and say, hey, I want you to do the same day build thing, but I want you to use this motherboard. There you go. It's going to save you hundreds of dollars. Literally hundreds of dollars. This thing is $239. It is in stock on Amazon and on Newegg. And on Amazon, you can get it in a couple days. Free shipping. So you can get it prime shipping. So I would just do that. I'll give you a separate link for the motherboard. This one is just, it's nice, but damn, they're real proud of it. It is too much. It is just too much. So we're going to choose a motherboard that's about the same price. Just don't get this one. Get the one that I'm going to give you a separate link for. Yeah, okay. So this one will work. It's, look at this, $249.99. One here is $239. This one's cheaper versus their prime motherboard, which we saw the IO on that. It wasn't a lot. So yeah, I got the bug where I was like, oh man, I was living vicariously through you getting that motherboard. But better if we give you, someone was Tanmay was mentioning issues with Radeon with VMs, so we'll try to switch to that and see if we can also get you more RAM capacity. Thank you for the lurk, Skeeter. Appreciate it. So. Wait, what? What's happening? Is it because of video memory? Yes. Yeah. Thanks for collapsing that menu so I didn't know. So there is a single... Wait, where did it... What the... What are you doing? Disable compatibility filter. Yes, thank you. 5070 Ti. Gonna give you 16 gigs of VRAM. There's also... Hold up a second. Hold up a second. All right. 5060 Ti, 16 gig. 529. We're not looking for crazy gaming performance here. We want solid V. Why didn't this come up when I chose 16 gigs of video memory? It's right there. There's 17 of them in stock. Micro Center, why are you like this? All right, let's just look up all the 5060 Ti's. This could be the perfect use case for a 5060 Ti, where that 16 gigs of VRAM actually comes into play. Only problem with PCIe reset issues is that you have to walk to the system and manually reboot so the GPU shuts down properly. That would be annoying. Yeah, fair. But this is going to be part of a setup. That's why it's all the RGB and everything, so that wouldn't be much of an issue. It's not like a home lab where it's in a rack, in a closet or something like that. Let's see. Looks like they have 17 of these. This is not the lowest price one, but it's going to look good in the system. I wouldn't do the 2-fan one. It's going to look tiny in that case. What is it? 2 stars on this? People are giving these things bad ratings just because it's 50 series. Let's see what they said. Read all 3 reviews. Just curious. Returning check. After getting the card home and going to open it up, I was shocked to find the box was not sealed in any manner. Oh, okay, that's just a bad experience there. Crashes, Monster Hunter Wilds. For Linux use and AI workloads, not gaming. That's what I'm telling. People are going to be using this for that. Impressive 40% increase in token sec over the 4060 Ti 16 gig, and it does so without making any noticeable noise. Wow. Okay. So apparently this thing's going to be desirable for that. Okay, for crypto. Great. That's good to know. Those are a little concerning, but that's the great thing about Micro Center. If there's a problem with it, you take it back to them and be like, fix this, please. Thank you. Okay. And another thing, like they're going to test it before they give it to you. That's part of them having them build it for you. That was the best find here. That was an amazing find right there because it saved hundreds of dollars without having to go with a 5070 Ti. Hell yeah. Good job, me. Crypto AI can keep the 5060 Ti. We will take the others. 5060 Ti is not bad. It's not bad. It's just priced badly for a gaming card. Now, in this use case, it's probably going to be worth exactly what it costs. Because you're saving hundreds of dollars to get that, have it NVIDIA, not have the PCIe reset issue, and have 16 gigs of VRAM for $529. Should it be cheaper than that? Yes. That's 2025. That's PC shopping in 2025. I think we're mostly done. I don't think I need to tell you about Windows keys, all that. I wouldn't pay the $120, $200. You can get an OEM key really cheap. I have a link to it in my latest, my last SI Weekly video, and the next one coming out is going to have that link in it. So VIP CDK deals, Bray25 is the code. I don't actually get, by the way, just so you guys know, I don't get anything affiliate-wise when people actually buy keys with my code. It's just a discount code to have them track how many people come in and get it. I just get the direct sponsorship whenever I do the video with them as a sponsor. Just so you guys know, I'm not pushing that because I get more money. I don't actually from that. But yeah, there you go. There's the full build for $1757. Add Same Day Pro Assembly. Guess what we did? We only went $7 over budget. $7. Yeah. Oh, also no 12V PWR connector here. 12V 2x6. It's just a single 8-pin PCIe connector. That's another bonus right there. $7.91 over budget. So, what you can do is, Hashcat, you can get the system protection, and I do recommend it because if there's a problem with it, you don't have to toil away trying to figure it out. You just drop it off with them. Toss it in your car carefully. Take it over to them. If you're within that 2 or 3 years, whichever you choose, then they're gonna have to fix it, unless you just spill your drink on it or something. Yeah. Did we keep the motherboard or getting it elsewhere? Getting it elsewhere, but it's in the price because I chose a different motherboard, the Asus Prime. You'd be getting it elsewhere. This one here, and I'll just send you this link right here in a second, and this link for the build. So the motherboard is included in the price. Just don't buy this one. Regan, thank you. Appreciate it. What's the PCIe reset issue? Haven't heard of this. Peter, if you hop over to YouTube chat, you can read all about it. I was late. Can you tell me his VM use a bit more? No, because they didn't tell me that much. Just coding and lots of VMs. So, yeah. Okay. Now, this is your build. I will need you to save this build, which you can do just right here. save the build, make an account, or add it to cart. It won't add the GPU because that's bought in store only. But yeah, do that as soon as you can, just in case I get another Micro Center build right now or something, because that's going to erase this build. Let me give you the link for your motherboard. I'm a little jealous. I really like this motherboard, and I'm probably going to have that in my build. But I mean, damn, I use a lot of M.2 drives, y'all. I'm thinking about that. It's so expensive. Freaking $500 motherboard. I hate that. I hate motherboard pricing these days. Sucks.
It's too much. Stop. Hate it.
Whatever. What are you going to do? Yeah. So that is... Oh, here's the link for the... I put the wrong link in the thing. That's the link for your motherboard right there. I meant to get this one for the spreadsheet. Peter Rice says, smash that like button, people. I mean, do it. Why not? The wrong one whenever I doubt myself even a little bit. I am correct to do so. Oh, the Asus one from before, not surprised. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a full-time content creator, man. I have so much footage, and I have M.2 drives that are not in use currently. Maybe they're going to go into a system or something like that. But man, if I could just drop them all into my editing rig, I would freaking love that. That would be so dope. Also, the I/O was legitimately good, like really good, especially if you're using external storage, stuff like that. So many options, connects so many things. Given the use case for the PC, it can game on the side too. It can, Matthew. It can. And they chose 1440p. 5060 Ti can do 1440p. No problem. Northern Lights Custom PC and Service says, I dare you to hit the like button. The gauntlet has been thrown, everyone. CPU motherboard combo deal at Micro Center is too good to pass up. I didn't like the one that they had. The motherboard they chose was not great. It was not good. It's much... Now, and also... Adam, check the... Oh, wait. No, yeah, they took away the discount. So they did take the discount off. For a second, they had the discount on there. Even when I removed the bundle, I was kind of excited about that. But no, we still hit the budget. But yeah, Hashcat, you got all your links, everything you need. You're good to go. How's your day going? It's going good. It is going good. The 9070 XT worth it? The freaking Rican for what? For what use case? What do you mean worth it? Worth it is subjective. For gaming, at 1080p, yes. 1440p, yes. 4K, some games, some settings, yes. 1080p, yes. Although, be sure to also, in that case, invest in a good CPU, because at 1080p, high frame rate, you do need a good, solid, fast CPU for that. Yeah, motherboard and RAM options are not great. Oh, wait. Hashcat, hold up. Hashcat, are you still here? Yeah, Alucard is just asking the questions that I always ask whenever someone's like, is this good? And I'm like, all right, here's 21 questions. Here we go. I don't like to just give random advice. I like to give accurate advice. Okay, Hashcat, I forgot something. I forgot to upgrade you to 96 gigs of RAM. Is that something that you would want? Is that something we should do? Do you think you could utilize that? I mean, the more RAM, the better where VMs are concerned. It's the difference between running that extra 1 or 2 VMs or not, I guess, depending on whether you're trying to collect them all or not. I don't know. Stupid compatibility filter. God. It's so bad. Oh, they have a 128 gig kit. 2x64. What does that cost? $384.99 for 128 gigs of RAM, 5600 CL46. Holy latency. All right. Going to go ahead and turn that off and put in 96. More RAM, the better. You set it yourself. Alrighty then. Oh, hey, look, a matching kit. Still has RGB. There you go. $289 for 96 DDR5 6400 CL32. This kit is so good for $289. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's the one. We went up a little bit. It went up a little bit. 2130. It went up a little bit, yes. But that's a damn good kit of RAM for that price. Hell yeah. Critical Error Computing, what's going on? We just built someone a VM machine. We're going to be doing coding and virtual machines. Let me see if the link changed. I don't know if it did. I'm going to drop it in here anyway. I linked the final product. Okay, in Discord. Okay, yeah. I was helping somebody, though. I know you mentioned earlier you put it in the Discord. I haven't had the chance to see it yet. So yeah, you have 20 cores, 96 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of VRAM in the 5060 Ti. I can't get over how good of a use case that is for that. I don't know if the link is different, but there it is. No, it's the same link. No rush. Was updating it all. Sorry, sick as hell today. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's okay. Now switch to a motherboard CPU combo and you'll be in budget. Well, they said at the most they could do was 2,500. So we're in budget still. It's just we didn't want to go above 2,000 if we didn't have to. Heck, it's still in budget even if you get the 3-year system protection. So yeah, we're golden. Again, Adam did not like that motherboard that it had in the combo. It was only one combo that had the 265K, and the motherboard was off in multiple ways. If you're for certain use cases, you do not make compromises on your motherboard. You get the best one you can. I stream on TikTok like crazy. About to start streaming everywhere. Wanted to check back in. Vibe here has always been great. Well, I appreciate that, and I hope that's been going well for you. Don't panic when the RAM is training. That's a good point. Yeah. Hashcat, don't panic when that RAM takes a while to train. At least we're not talking about AMD levels of time taken for training. Or would air cooler be better? No, not for this case. Generally, unless you have front intake, I don't like to do side intake with an air cooler unless I need to. Unless it's like a specific reason I'm doing it. I like to have an AIO in there, and it's an $85 360 millimeter AIO. You can't really beat that. Oh, Jonah 4, I missed your earlier chat. I thought you were talking about this build. What would be a good liquid cooler? A good liquid cooler for the 7800X3D and MSI GeForce 5070 Ti. Well, are you liquid cooling the GPU? What do we mean here? You're just cooling the CPU, right? 7800X3D, you want to go with a 360 millimeter AIO. It's not good at managing its own temperature. It needs good cooling. Alucard was asking what CPU is under the cooler, and Alucard earlier Jonah 4 mentioned a 7800X3D. That would do a 360 millimeter AIO. You can do something like an Arctic Liquid Freezer 3, really, really solid cooler, but you have to make sure you have the clearance for that thicker radiator in the top. Just saying, we don't know what kind of case we're dealing with here, so like I don't know anything about whether you need to do a 240 millimeter, 280, or if you can do a 360. We're working with very limited information, Jonah 4. Oh, good. Also in an ad. Okay. This is why I don't like it when I'm trying to answer a question with limited information. Without knowing what kind of case, I can't tell you what kind of cooler to get. What size of AIO to get. But there are multiple sizes of the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3. That's always a good one to go with. Using AMD last few years. If I decide to go for a new PC, hell, I might go Intel. Yeah, I have been bothered like crazy with all of the hate that Intel gets, all the little snide little remarks. Like, and let me be clear. No, Intel did not make big advancements in gaming. Whoopity-doo! Who cares? They got lower temps, lower power draw, the exact thing that everyone is complaining about for like the last 2 or 3 years. Chill out. We asked for this. They gave us what we wanted. And it's going to be a good platform. 1851, the next gen should be pretty solid. So, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. AMD was getting same hate for years. It's the hate that bothers me in general. But it generates clicks. It keeps channels in business. And it keeps employees paid and all that. I get it. I get the need to get clicks. I mean, my channel's growth has slowed quite a bit because I don't post often enough and I don't follow too much clickbaity stuff. And maybe I should sometimes, because the more people see my channel, the more I can help, right? But it's annoying. It's annoying. There's always going to be negativity in all of the reviews and content you're going to see. That's just going to happen. The thing is, it keeps you sometimes from the right option for you. There are so many people who are here Intel right now, and they're just like, why would you even say that? Do they still even exist? Yeah, and they're pretty freaking good. Now, 14th gen, 13th gen, I'm just not going to recommend it. I'm not going to do it. As someone whose words cause people to spend money, that just freaks me out a little bit too much. I don't know that I've seen anyone come out with a video of I'm not here doing the research and constantly running a 14th gen or 13th gen system with the latest microcode to see if it's going to mess up or not. I don't know. I mean, I am running one, and it is already messed up, though, so it's not a good test system for that. You need fresh silicon for that. But it just weirds me out too much with all the microcode shenanigans to recommend that. But Core Ultra 200S, it's freaking solid. 6700, nice, very cool. Very cool, CEC. Glad to see that. I've never tried streaming to Instagram or TikTok. You know, I imagine the thing is with what I do, since it's not like building a PC, I'm mostly just talking about them. I don't think it would take off there. Just built a 265K rig, 5070 streaming rig that got first in Steel Nomad and 6th in Time Spy. Very cool. Hell yeah. Oh, do we know what the next Ryzen GPUs will be yet? Ryzen GPUs? Peter? What do you mean? We need a video to learn what launch means. I mean, yeah. Learning is not their strong suit. If you're one of the biggest companies in the world, you know everything already, right? Right? They fixed the main complaints of the cost of gaming performance. The thing is, it kept parity with gaming performance in most games with the previous gen, while using less power and putting out less heat. That's advancing the technology. I'm happy with it. Like what Intel used to do, what they were doing after 12th gen, 13th gen, and 14th gen were like, all right, more cores, yeah, more cores, but like more power, more heat. Oh, look at the charts, everybody. Because they panicked after 3D Cache came out. Like, okay, they don't own gaming anymore. So I don't care, because there are a lot of other people who do a lot of other things with their computers. It just flipped. It flipped around. It used to be Intel for gaming, AMD for a long time. It was AMD if you want to do multitasking, other stuff, productivity, AMD, gaming, Intel. It just flipped around. It doesn't mean that when AMD wasn't the best for gaming that it was bad, because it had a clear use case. AMD with 3D Cache and core parking on those their flagship CPU, that drives me crazy thinking about that. That people are making a compromise because on a multi-use system because of the gaming performance, which is like one thing they use their system for. But oh, I want to build a system for video editing, streaming, and doing all this stuff, 3D design, but I also want to play games. Oh, 9950X 3D. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to deal with core parking and some other shenanigans. Is it a great CPU? Yeah. Is it really expensive? Oh yeah. And that's a pretty big flaw in my mind. And I wish that they would find a way past that. Who knows? Maybe 11,000 series will find a way past it. Braithorn, what do the letters K, etc. mean on Intel? K means you can overclock it. F means it has no video in the CPU. It doesn't put out video, which helps with things like video editing, or if you're trying to troubleshoot your system with no GPU, or if you don't want to run GPU at all. I feel like I've missed some chats. We need Intel to step up gaming performance as well as workstation builds. I mean, what they did with Core Ultra 200S is they built a good platform for doing exactly that, where it's going to start from a foundation of better efficiency and larger efficiency cores, all that stuff. It's nice. It's really good what they did. And I hate that people just like, oh, I ran to Tomb Raider 1080p and it's where the other one was. Okay. So what? 200. Just also step back and remember that $280 for an 8-core CPU in 2025 is kind of crazy. Unless you're Stroud, then it's fine, because he actually makes money off of that performance. 5070 can OC way more than expected. All of them. 30. Wow, nice. You do great on TikTok. I can help you get started. Most of the time I'm just answering troubleshooting questions. I imagine that would be a thing. Yeah. I mean, I've already got a setup to where I can do a vertical canvas here. I would just need to get a streaming key and all that, which I don't have. I barely use TikTok. And I'm hesitant to get started on TikTok because, like, they were supposed to have the 90-day wait on the ban is over. Like, it could go away tomorrow. We just don't know. Jasmine the Bean, how have you been? Welcome. How you been? Next Ultra chips, I expect to absolutely insanely good overall chips. Absolutely. Yes. 60 gigs of GDR5 for GDR for games is enough. I mean, it's becoming overkill. Yeah, I mean, 32. When you put 32 gigs of VRAM in a card, you're making it clear. This is not for gaming, everybody. It'll work for gaming really well, but it's not for gaming. Raythorn, if you do private sessions on setting up, if needed, do you do private sessions on setting up BIOS? What do you need to set up in your BIOS? Are you talking about updating it? I guess I did see a rave about Thermaltake. I'll get that then. Did I a rave about Thermaltake? Or a review? I've seen Arctic Liquid Coolers have a lot of good ratings, but kind of like the aesthetic for the LCD screen. Thermaltake, if that's what Alucard brought up, they have one with a screen on it. They're going to be purchased by a U.S. company, average 80 to 130 concurrent viewers after only 2 weeks. Nice. Main reason I do these on where I'm streaming to YouTube as well is because then it puts the VOD there. It's tech content, you know, and it's a very high quality 4K VOD and all that. But yeah, we need some competition in HEDT space. Threadripper pricing is getting insane. High-end desktop. Damn it, right now, I mean, luxury. Just a mid-range gaming PC is a luxury product. High-end desktop for some of the stuff I like to do would be great, though. I love Torn. What's going on? Informative stream as usual. Thank you. You have to go silent, so I'll be lurking. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. AMD, Ryzen CPU, Radeon GPU. Incorrect. I mean, I didn't say incorrect. It doesn't sound like it's incorrect. That is correct. Yes. Thank you, John. Matthew Winay, still going strong with my 7950X3D. Good. I'm just trying to catch up with chats now. Bing just moved to a new place. How about yourself? Oh, congrats on the move. I'm sure you had a lot of fun with that. Everyone loves moving. It's like everyone's favorite thing to do. Oops, that was a wrong button press. Here, I just meant to zoom in a little bit like that. There you go. Brandon's sending him me a AK620 Zero Dark. using Thermaltake because of HSI case. Stressful but fun, I guess. Yeah. His case. Got you. Okay. That was be my first build, and I wasn't sure if the BIOS was self-explanatory. I mean, the thing about it is, Juno 4, I would not take that money because there's going to be a YouTube video on how to do it that's going to be much more helpful because it's going to have it condensed, edited, and it's going to show you everything you need to know. There are going to be dozens, if not hundreds, of videos on how to update your BIOS, including some that might be specific to your brand of motherboard. I would just go that route. I'd feel bad taking money for something where you can get probably better help elsewhere. And for free. Tech Blacksmith, what's up? You want to start to let me know I can help you get set up, even get you to an agency. I've thought about that, critical error, and I've had a few conversations already. And pretty far back, actually. It never really stuck for me. It's, you know, I've been a full-time content creator for a while. And I'm thinking about it. I have a few contacts that know my channel, know my content, and are waiting for me to say the word, really. H510 Elite? Oh, no. That's on the pump barb. I mean, that's one issue with the H510 Elite, Anarchist. The other is that it's a glorified hotbox. You will have tutorials for all brands of Mobo. Who are you? What do you mean, me? No, I'm just saying that there's videos out there. That there's already existing videos on how to update BIOS. That's a craptastic case. Yeah, it is. Radeon whoopsies did a reboot. You're good, Skeeter. You're good. As for the next Radeon GPUs are going to be 9060 and 9060 XT. We'll probably hear about them at Computex. He wanted it so bad and can't afford. Hey, you know, I get it. The aesthetic is there. If it's not running too hot of components, yeah. A buddy of mine, back when I first started getting into this, who did content creation as well, he was all about NZXT stuff, and he loved his H510 Elite. And I was like, dude, that thing is a hot box. What are you doing? He was like, no, dude, my temperatures are good. And then he went to upgrade his CPU and GPU, and he was like, oh, my temperatures aren't that good right now. I think I need to upgrade my case. I have a bunch of knowledgeable mods that could help you with your BIOS live on live for the BIOS. All our troubleshooting is free. I mean, we also, Critical Error Computer, we also do have a Discord as well with volunteer techies who do help with that kind of stuff too. But the best help with something like that, where it's just a very simple procedure, but it can make you nervous, is just going to be a straight up video usually. You know what? I'm going to check something for you, Anarchist Healing. Give me a second. All right, I got the fix for you, Anarchist. Check it out. On Etsy, you search H510 Elite front panel. You can get custom front panels for it with instructions on how to replace it. And there's a lot of different kinds. We used to have to do these with like we used to look at these like H710s and H510s. Elites. You can't change them out on the H510 non-elite. It's just like, I don't know, riveted in or whatever. But yeah, this is definitely what you'd want to do then. That's going to help so much with the airflow. H510 Elite would help once you mod it like a Gigabyte Stealth case Linus modded. Well, yeah, no, you don't need to give it speed holes. There's already front panels out there. Have a good night, Brave Thorn. Thank you for the help again. You're the goat. Thank you, Mikey Mike. I appreciate you coming in. I guess we're. So I'm glad you already looked at that though. So you already know what's up. I guess we're done with. Unless anyone else wants to jump on the list. Yeah, the H510 is a hot box. Don't put more than 650 watt PSU in it, preferably 550. I mean, yeah, mostly it's just overall airflow. That's the problem with that thing. Moving is always a nightmare. My dad had a transfer job. We moved around every 3 to 4 years and never gets easy. Oof. You learn to live differently when you move a lot, from what I understand. That didn't know victory royales, y'all, but I'm back and eating tamales. That's a victory in and of itself, Triple B. So, congratulations. You win tamales. Oh, that's right. I have this now. I need to add something to that, like a sound effect or something. I don't know. Easy Bake PC, absolutely. That is actually the origin of the joke that got NZXT talking to me in the first place. But it was this was me talking to him, and we were joking around, and I said this. Then eventually I said it in a video when they came out with the H5 Elite or H7 Elite, one of those. Oh no. It was the H9 Elite. And I said it when I said it in a video. That's when they decided, okay, we're gonna reach out and talk to this guy, because the guy who was in charge of things back then, he liked a good joke. You know, he was able to laugh at their own stuff, at jokes aimed at them. Anyway, but the joke was that NZXT is nice enough to let you know when a case of theirs has bad airflow. They just put the word elite on it. Because back then, you know, I don't know, whatever. You get the joke. The joke is done. I don't need to explain. The hallmark of a good joke, having to explain it, of course. You can give a tooth sparkle animation if you want to be fancy. I don't know where my face is going to be every time, so it might just maybe the top of my head though, a little bit more predictable. Oh, I forgot. Has messed with the Fantex Evolve X case yet? The X2? No, I have not. I have not. I was supposed to get one from Fantex, but I haven't talked to them in a while. And we were doing the whole pre-built rebuilt thing, and that got delayed to hell and back. But of course, Thursday we're unboxing the new pre-built rebuilt PC, so that's going to be cool. But no, I haven't gotten the chance to mess with it myself, but it is gorgeous. I really want one. From what I understand, it's a little hard to build in. But that it looks like it would be. Like, that's no surprise, really. Now I'm hungry. I didn't make the grocery run. I only have instant ramen and eggs. Tanmei, that can be a good combo with the right spices, though. Okay, let's see. Is he back doing the same thing? Oh, no. No. Okay. Oh. Hold up a second. That would be a bad idea. That would be bad. Hold on a second, chat. No, we can't. So I was thinking of. I didn't put the brakes on my table here at my desk. I was thinking about, because even though it's a little early, if we end up, I don't know what to do whenever we get to a point where no one's filling out the form. We did help out a few people this time around, which was nice. When no one's filling out the form, and it's not a gaming stream, so I start thinking about who I want to raid, and I saw Andy. If you know anything about speedrunning, you know who Andy is. Andy Lasso, who I was chatting with earlier today, and I was like, maybe I'll raid him, follow up our little discussion and all that. But still, it was not much. We were talking about the shield build. You'll see on Thursday. Be sure to be here Thursday, everybody. There's some crazy stuff happening Thursday. It's going to be a triple unboxing stream. You're not going to want to miss that. But I was thinking about raiding him. But the thing is, he just started his run versus Derp in the Map Rando tourney, so he can't actually look at chat right now. So it wouldn't really do much for him. So I'll find somebody else to raid. We'll raid Andy another time. We could raid the restream where the tournament is happening. That's over on Speed Gaming 4. Or we could raid Mired Media. Haven't talked to Jacob in a bit, so let's raid Mired Media. Sounds good. I love everything about it except one thing. The top rated amount is not compatible with quite a few AIOs because of some of their designs. That's what I heard. Yeah. From another SI. Yeah. Had to physically mod it with a Dremel to fit the Thermaltake Grand Vision. I mean, I think what they want is for you to use the new Fantex cooler. So, yeah. I think I might sync all of the 53 into a Montec case. There you go. You talk about a $50 Amazon refund. Montec makes great cases, and they just came out with a couple new ones too. But yeah, wouldn't be a bad way to go. Wouldn't be a bad way to use that, I should say. Last of Us Part 2 is what Jacob at Mired Media is playing. Igor 1980. Hold on. Let me do this right. Igor 1980, thank you for the 2 gifted subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for Banshee Boy 78 and one for Hashcat, who we helped out earlier today. Welcome to the Swarm. Thank you very much. Igor, what's going on? You made it fit. Well, hey, I admire the tenacity. Yeah, what you think of this case, Montec King 65 Pro? That one's good. It's good. They take the curve out of the glass, but it is a nice looking case. And of course, a lot of the same functionality you get from the King 95 Pro. Best way to speedrun Last of Us Part 2 is turning it off, says Alucard. So that's turn off percent speedrun. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to be... how's your flight stick treating you? I would love to see a review. I don't have a flight stick. I don't play any flight sims, Hanmei. So I've thought about trying Star Citizen, but I mean, a lot of those guys like to have the control surfaces and flight sticks and stuff. I don't have that. So, but I don't remember mentioning that I did get one. But yeah, it's great, is what I mean. It's awesome. That's what I meant to say. All right, guys, we're going to go and drop a raid for Mired Media. Jacob from NVIDIA over there is playing The Last of Us. Well, it says The Late of Us because I guess he started late. So we're going to drop in over there and say hi. Oh, wow, a lot of y'all left when I said I was going to raid. I should have seen that coming, probably. But yeah, all good. Yeah, come along with me. Say something nice to Jacob, and we'll be back on Thursday for a big triple unboxing stream. It's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to do it. I'll see y'all then. I got a lot of work to do around here, get everything set up. So, catch you later. Until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!
Where'd that guy come from? Aha. Hey, right in here! Oh my god! Oh, that's bad.